What's going on, guys? Welcome to the Against All Odds podcast. It feels like a really long time since we've recorded this together.
You know why?
Why?
Because it's been a long time. It's going to be a long hour.
All right,
Okay.
Roll intro.
Well, we need to back up a little bit. The last podcast...
I like you taking charge.
I am. This is going to be my podcast.
Okay, I like it.
You set it all up.
Yeah.
I'll do the podcast.
And you're cleaning up everything,
So, it's 2 lights. I can do that. Episode 10. Was that with you? Was that you in a hotel? Was that us?
Episode 10, I think, was with my parents.
Was with your parents, and then the episode before that was in a hotel, right?
I
Have I done it in a while? Okay. Regardless.
No, episode 9, I think you were mad at me, so I did it by myself.
Oh, yeah.
And then episode 8, I think I was in the
So
hotel.
I haven't been in it in a while.
I think it's been like episode 7 was the last one. Yeah.
So I'm back, guys. You're welcome.
You're welcome.
To start off, it's been Christmas. It's been New Year's. You've been on a couple trips. I've been on a trip with you.
Mm-hmm.
You've been back. Some things are happening.
Yeah.
There's a lot.
Yeah.
Where do we even start? Let's start with Christmas.
Yeah.
Christmas, you were in Portland with your parents. You filmed a podcast. You guys all saw that probably. Or heard that.
The train wreck.
The train wreck. Chuck wants a redo, doesn't he? Does he want to do it again?
Well, yeah, we filmed the podcast, and then my parents were like, they weren't happy with it because they thought that they sounded too mean. But that's my parents.
You asked them their true opinions on things, so.
The best is like, so what was it like raising me? My dad's like, it was rough. Like it was
Well,
just,
you weren't the easiest child.
yeah, but it's just funny because my parents will immediately, like, they don't compliment you. They're not like, my dad and mom don't shell out compliments.
Like my parents do. My mom walks around like, you're handsome. You're so pretty.
Yeah, and my mom and dad, like, I think my mom actually said the other week that she was proud of me, and she's even when she said it, she was like, I don't say this a lot.
Yeah, he actually came up to me afterwards after the phone call, and he's like, so like, I thought someone died. He was like, so I was talking to my mom on the phone. I was like, yeah, and you're like, she said she was proud of me. I was like, why are you being so weird about this? That is a normal sentence to hear, but I mean, it means a lot though, I guess.
It makes him mean a lot more. And I'm not saying like my parents are mean. They're not mean at all. It's just like...
Not at all.
That's just the way just the way my family's
But
always
see, it
been.
means more when they say it, though, because my mom always says, I'm like, yeah. Like,
it's kind of like when I'd ask you, like, what do you think of this video? You're like, 10 out of 10. Best one yet. And then I was like...
on every video?
Every single video was 10
out of 10. You still haven't got a 9 out of 10.
Or a 9, even a 9.9.
Nope. 10 out of 10. Always.
But then, so yeah, we filmed that podcast, and that was up
And then, after Portland... This is my podcast, right?
Oh, sorry.
My podcast. He was in Portland until the 31st.
Mm-hmm.
So he came back. We celebrated Christmas together here at my house. Exchanged gifts. Why don't you say what you got, people?
Can I say it, or are you
Yeah, you can
me?
say it, and I'll let you say it.
Okay. I don't remember.
I just edited my vlog of it. You know what you got, people. I'll tell you. I'll say
what I got for Christmas, or what you got?
No,
me?
what you got my family, what we exchanged when you came
so I got
here.
your mom like a little like outdoor garden like rustic bell type thing. It's weird.
Like this iron...
wrought iron bell.
Yeah.
But like it doesn't make sense unless you know Mimi's mom.
It's in my vlog though, so watch my video.
And then for your dad, I got like a Portland Gear T-shirt, which is just famous. Like it's a famous shop in Portland that just has like T-shirts, clothes that all has like.
Wait, that's from Portland?
I'm gonna have to stop this podcast. But it just has the P and it has the state of Oregon inside the P. And then I got you like a big gray coat.
You did.
Yeah, and a hat, a Portland hat too.
He did. And it was very convenient because 3 days after he got back, so on January 3rd, we went to Ottawa, Canada, which, if you didn't know...
You know what I heard that's kind of funny?
Is the capital of Canada.
You know what I think is kind of funny? Is that I've heard that people make fun of Americans because we always say Ottawa, Canada. Or we'll say like, oh yeah, I'm going back to Portland, Oregon. Or I'm going...
It's because we have 50 states. Most countries don't have 50 states.
Well, it's because in America, we repeat names of stuff. Like there's 2 Portlands. You know, there's Portland, Maine and a Portland, Oregon.
Yeah, I've almost booked tickets to Portland, Maine.
And there's a Paris, I think there's a
Texas.
Paris, Texas, yeah.
Yeah, the restaurant.
And so like, but like in Europe, the names have been around for so long that they haven't copied each other.
Yeah, when I was in Ireland, my parents and I rented a car and we were driving around like the countryside, like literally the depths of Ireland.
Yeah. Go on.
And we were so hungry. We wanted to eat something. We're in this tiny little village, and the only place open was this restaurant called Paris, Texas. And we're like, seriously? Like, we came all the way to Ireland, drove across the country, and now we're at Paris, Texas.
Yeah. But no, being back in Portland, though, was really cool because, like, overall, just to see my friends, I haven't seen some of those guys that I saw in, like, 2 years, 3 years. And they are able to come back for, like, Thanksgiving. They're able to come back for a lot of stuff. And usually I'm not able to. I'm usually one that misses out. So, like, even though I missed out on a lot of stuff, that was one thing I was able to go back home for 10, 11 days, see all my friends, work out, do all that stuff. And it was really, like, nice. You know, mentally, it was really nice to be able to go back. And then for what I got, do you want to say what you got me for Christmas? Mimi?
I'm texting my dad to get my dog because he's trying to get in. I got you a pair of Allbirds shoes because you were telling me a little while ago that you wanted them, but you never buy yourself stuff, so you never got them.
Yeah.
So I got you a pair of those, but it's the wrong size, and I knew it was, but they didn't have them. So you're gonna pick out the ones you really want in a couple days. Mm-hmm. And I also got you some candy and some chocolate and a nice card.
Oh yeah. So Mimi wrote. It just like poured her heart out in this card. Really nice card.
I really
probably
did.
like 3-4 paragraphs.
It was the fourth draft.
Yeah. Really?
It was the fourth draft.
And then I gave you the present, and then you're like, "Oh, it's a cute little card, like a little tag on the present." And you flipped it over, and you're like, "To Mimi from Shelly." That's it.
That was it.
I don't know.
That's okay. I'm a card person. You're just not a card person. But when you do, I really like them.
I
keep
usually
all
do
yours
for cards, for especially anniversary and birthdays. I do cards.
Yeah.
I've never done really a Christmas card like that.
Well, you said that too. You're like, my family doesn't do like birthday cards and like.
Yeah, I didn't get anything for my birthday this year.
Yeah, see, we're different. We are different people. We are gift people.
But my parents, they aren't really gift people.
You make your parents out to seem like Grinches.
I know they're not. Like my parents
really not.
They're the most supportive. They
really
do
are.
so much for me. But it's just like it's like they do the big things and then they just don't care. We don't do little things.
Yeah, wait. Tell them what my mom gave you. Just speaking of little things.
Oh yeah, for Christmas, her mom gave me a card, and then inside the card was like a couple Chipotle gift cards, a gift card to Jersey Mike's, which we used today, and then a picture of Jake, Mimi's dog.
My dog.
Her Yorkie.
A 4x6, like actual photo. Like, what?
Yeah, it's just funny. It's like your family is really good about like the little like thoughtful things that are tiny, and my family is like, no, we're not going to do that, but we will support you in when you go over to Germany by yourself and for your whole life, or we will do whatever, like all that stuff. So it's just they're so supportive. But yeah, I always like teasing them, like making them out to feel like they're evil, but they're not.
They're not at all.
Yeah. But yeah, and then so we were just here for like 3 days in San Diego, and then immediately transitioned to Ottawa. What do you think of Ottawa?
I felt like we were on the edge of the world. I'm not kidding. Like, it is so cold. You just feel like you're like at the North Pole. Like, there cannot be any more north than this, you know?
The best is when we were flying in and you were like, what is that? Is that a lake?
We flew in at night and I couldn't see what was on the ground.
Yeah, I was like, Mimi, that's snow. And you're like, there's snow here? And you're like, but you thought that like...
I checked the weather before I packed. And it wasn't supposed to snow until we left, like after we left. So I was like, oh, it'll be clear. But
what you didn't realize is that there's permanently ice and snow on the ground because it doesn't get warm enough to melt.
Who knew?
Yeah, that was a very Californian thing to say when we were flying in.
In my shoes, I only brought 2 pairs of shoes and they had 0 traction. And every sidewalk and
they were both
road,
heels. They both had heels, which was smart.
Little heels. Those other ones, one of the ones I brought, I walked all over Europe with. So you can't complain about those. I walked 13 miles in Budapest with them. They're good shoes.
I'm just saying there's smarter options to wear.
No, they're good shoes. It was okay. I feel like even if I had flat shoes, I would have slipped. It was just ice. It was frozen ice, just slippery ice everywhere. Like, I had to hold on to them like this everywhere we went. And it was so cold that we could only walk like 5 seconds, and then we would jump in whatever store we were next to.
Yeah. No, but I really liked Ottawa. it was, I wish we could go when it was a little bit warmer. And then
because we couldn't, like, we didn't have a car, so we couldn't really, like, explore things. And then we couldn't walk because it was so cold. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, I got to know the training facility really well. I've seen the inside of a lot of these soccer domes and Tim Hortons.
Yeah. We did a lot of Canadian. The only thing we didn't do was poutine.
Yeah.
We didn't have any poutine.
I've had it before, but he hasn't. It's like, for those of you who don't know, it's like, I think they're like thicker fries, kind of like the, what are those called? Like the thicker ones?
Thick cut fries.
Yeah. And like this gravy and then like this white cheese. I don't know what it's called. Like this white chunk, like curds.
Really healthy option there.
Really healthy.
We had like a beaver tail though. And then the main purpose of the trip.
Couple beaver tails.
There's like two purposes of the trip. The main purpose was
have fun,
OPSM.
explore.
The main purpose of the trip was OPSM. It was Ottawa Pro Sports Management, who I know through Jeff at Tulsa. They were running this college combine. And at the college combine, they wanted me to come out and basically kind of be like the special guest to talk to the kids, to go to
make an appearance.
Yeah, make an appearance almost, which is like my first appearance, which was really, really cool. As well as the guy who runs it, Godwin, has also kind of been my agent this off season. Like,
and you've never met him.
Yeah, never met him. So it's good to see him face to face, talk to him, and just, and it went really well. And overall, like the combine was super successful. The college coaches were happy because they're getting recruited. It was just an overall really, really good, fun trip.
Honestly, I didn't know what to expect at all. And I was like, okay, a whole weekend, 4 days filled with soccer from 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. I was like, how fun could that be? But I had so much fun. And the people, I told Jeff this too, like the people that surrounds OPSM and like Jeff and Godwin are just like the nicest people. Like it was just this great group of guys and girls, and like they had this little team that they worked with, employees and friends.
Probably like
that they would train
to 20
with.
People.
Yeah, that we just saw every single day. And I've never been around people that like nice up front, just to people they don't even know.
Yeah.
Like people were picking us up, dropping us off. We didn't have to Uber once, and we were like downtown and everyone else was somewhere else. And like every time you'd walk in every day, they would all say hi to you. They would all greet you. They wouldn't just make you like. Yeah. Why aren't people like that here? They were.
They were just. It was a really good group, and then there's all like really high level players too.
Yeah, because they're all like cool. Pro or was
the
pro.
We got in there at night, but then the very next morning I trained with a lot of like 4 other guys, and like there was one guy who
we gotta name them in case they're listening. It was Zoom, Hainsley,
Justin, Jeff, me,
and Godwin was training.
Yeah,
guys.
but like one of the guys, Zoom, had played over in Spain, had played over in Italy,
Zoom.
And now he's
and now we're best friends.
And now he's signed for like a CPL team, and then there's like Hainsley was like at Ottawa Fury last year. Justin was playing at Syracuse, and now he's at NKU in Northern Kentucky. And then Jeff had obviously...
Northern Kentucky University is in Northern Kentucky?
I said NKU, I didn't say Northern Kentucky.
Okay.
Tried to talk shit and it didn't work.
Those are just little things that you get mad at me about.
What? I said NKU, which is in Northern Kentucky.
I know, but still, you would do that to me.
No, I wouldn't. Yeah, not if you said NKU. If you would have said North Kentucky University, which is in North Kentucky.
Okay. Fair enough.
And then Jeff, who's played over in Germany, has played in Portugal, and then just was at Tulsa Roughnecks last season. So really, it was a high level atmosphere. A lot of other guys were training. I played 7v7 with their like Sunday kind of like for fun pickup team. It was just a really cool trip. And then we came back.
Wait, I want to go back real quick to the combine. So it was about like, the combine was Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Friday was just meeting everybody, all the kids. There was about 60 kids. It was the guys' weekend. So just college level or high school level players from the U.S. and Canada trying to go college. And 60 kids, a bunch of coaches, trainers, everything. And we met so many people that knew him or watched his channel. Yeah. And the coolest thing was too, like, some of them would even come up to me and be like, I watch your channel too because of Matt. Like, I watch both. And some people were even saying they listen to our podcast. And it's just crazy that you can be in like Ottawa, you can be in Canada, like on the other side of the country in this town that we never really knew about much. And like, there's people there that know everything about us, that support us. Like, it was really cool. Really cool experience. And I also want to give a little shout out to the guy that was working in one of the soccer domes. Fred. Yeah. He was hanging out with me for a while. We were watching Shelly play a game, and he was really nice. And he said he listens to all the podcasts. I mean, he proved it. He knew everything about us. So that's just really cool.
He was super nice. And he said, like, he, like, runs a lot of the leagues over there.
Yeah,
like,
and he, like,
domes.
saw that Matt wasn't playing with shin guards, and the ref was, like, kind of getting mad about it. So he, like, went and got, like, 2 pairs, like, options. Like, just so nice. Like, so nice.
It was
I would go back, honestly, like, even if I didn't even look at the city, I would go back just for the people.
Yeah, yeah. And it sounds corny, but it's true. It was a really cool trip.
Yeah.
But yeah, and I think there was really mind-blowing is I had to give a speech on, like, that very first night. And I just kind of asked this, like, so I can figure out where to start talking. How many of you guys watch or know about my YouTube channel, have seen a video? And, like, 70% of the guys raised their hands.
A lot of the kids raised their hands.
I was honestly, my fear is I was going to ask that, and I was going to get, like, 2 hands up and be like, okay, so.
Yeah, and before he gave the speech, we're sitting in the front row, and it was just, like, this little kind of hall that we were in. And the kids were kind of strolling in slowly, and, like, we were sitting in the front, but I was kind of, like, looking this way at, like, the whole crowd, and, like, these people would be, like, whispering and, like, looking at Matt and then, like, looking at their friend. I'm like, these people watch you. Like, I just knew it. Cool.
Like, and it's so rewarding to meet people who watch, like, my channel in person.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times you just see the views, or you see it as a number, or you see whatever, but to see it firsthand and to actually see the person who watches the videos, hear how you've helped them out in some way, shape, or form, and to see, like, all that firsthand in front of you. Because I can never get to see, you guys get to see me all the time, but I never really get to see you.
Yeah, and another cool thing too is, like, when you would be talking to other pros, like really good pros, and they'd be like, dude, like, I do all your drills, like, when I go out and train, like, you're who I learn all this stuff from, and you're like, what?
Yeah,
you
like,
know?
it was really cool. Like, Hainsley was playing
Hainsley.
Ottawa Fury last season, and he was like, yeah, man, I watch your videos. He's like, it was really cool, because one of my things is, like, okay, it's great to make a channel that helps kids. I think that's awesome. But especially when I'm showing my life and my drills and showing what it's like to be a pro, what is really important to me is that pros and high-level soccer players and D1 collegiate soccer players, they relate to me. They see that I'm providing value, and they're not like, no, that guy sucks, you know? So when I hear, like, other pros that really get value from my channel, whether it's a drill, whether it's just a connection to feel like some...
Or, like, too, because you've had so many videos recently about, like, injuries and coming back and working through that. A lot of people are like, I was injured too. Like, this meant a lot to me. And
so, yeah, it really, really was super rewarding, and I definitely want to hopefully do more of those in the future and get, like, invited out to other places, other combines, and talk about my experience. And I'll come too if
you guys want to invite me.
Mimi's always down.
I am. It's funny. I was, like, hanging out with all the moms at the combine, and because they don't know soccer that much. They just support their kid, and I'm kind of the same way, you know. So I was kind of bonding with that side more, but it was fun. It was really fun.
Yeah. But yeah, so that was Ottawa, and then we came back and just been killing it with the off-season training.
Like, it was about really 80-degree difference.
Yeah, literally. That was the best first day, because we left and it was 8 or 9 degrees the day that we left. And then when we got into San Diego, I think it was 71 degrees and really sunny. Nice. So I was like, wow.
And we missed our connecting flight on the way back. We had to spend a night in Newark, New Jersey. So we spent a night there. Thank you, United Airlines. Loved that. And they lost our bag also. And I lost my glasses. So it was...
Which wasn't United Airlines'
It wasn't...
fault.
Well, they technically... It is their fault, because they didn't... I left them there. I filed a claim, so it's their responsibility to get them back to me. If someone turns them in and say, these were found on this flight, they should put a little sticky on it and say it was found on this flight.
I wouldn't blame United Airlines. All right.
I would. If someone comes over to your house and they leave something at your house...
It's still the person who left
it. It is, but don't you think that person at that house should put in a little bit of effort?
They should, but it's not their fault.
That's it. I won. And then we came back to San Diego after a whole day in New Jersey, missed flights.
I hit up Conrad Pleva, who I played with at St. Louis.
Yeah, he didn't want to hang out with us.
Yeah, he's in Mexico.
Yeah.
Or so he said.
Mexico.
Yeah. But now just back and just really, really ramping up the training. Like, really for preseasons to start. Still have to... I don't want to say anything positive or negative about upcoming preseasons or anything.
It's always good to stay in shape no matter what.
Yeah. And And my fitness has felt amazing. I've been doing the John Terry cardio routine a lot. Obviously, you guys have probably seen it on all the social media platforms, but I did like 20 sets right before I left for Ottawa.
I have to hear John Terry one more time.
And then I came back, and then I ramped up the speed to 12 miles per hour a little bit, did a few sets of that. And then now I'm up to the point where I'm trying to do my next workout is going to do all 15 sets at 12 miles per hour now. Mm-hmm. And if I can do that, I'm doing exactly what John Terry did, but 0.8 miles per hour faster. And then just keep going. And my fitness is feeling so good, so sharp. I've been training up in Irvine with Armando and Chris and all the normal guys. Here, solo sessions. And I'm also going up to Irvine as well and training with some MLS guys and some USL guys as well, getting like 5v5 with 2 goalkeepers, like full games, which has been really, really good. Super high level. All the players there, have had pretty decent, successful USL careers at the very least. There's a couple guys that have been in and out, but it's really good level, and I'm feeling really, really good there. So I'm excited. I'm super excited for what's to come.
Yeah, and now I want to transition us into New Year's resolutions.
Okay.
Because I think it's a cool topic, and I think that like pretty much every person that I follow on all these different platforms, they've had something to say about it, whether they believe in them, whether they think it's a waste of time, what type of resolutions they like to do. I saw one thing where this couple that I follow on YouTube, they made resolutions for each other. But it's kind of funny because it's like, it's not big things, but it's like they just picked little things that kind of like bugged them that they would do, that their partner would do. And so, like, they would say, like, the example was, like, the girl was like, I don't like how when you walk in, they have a mudroom at their house, but he would take his shoes off, like, in the living room and then just leave them. Like, little things like that. And it was funny. It kind of, like, turned into a fight, but I thought it was kind of fun. Even if it doesn't work.
AKA, this is going to turn into a fight.
yeah, AKA. But I thought that was kind of fun, too. Like, if you don't want to take it, like, really seriously, but just do something.
I already know what you're going to say about me.
What, the towels?
No.
That'd be one of them. I'd have like 5.
I've been hanging up my towel every single time.
You're really good. You're really good. But in the hotel, they were everywhere.
Who cares? It's a hotel.
I care. They're everywhere. You just drop it. You just drop it. Go.
No. I think.
What would I pick for you? Okay, if you had to pick two. If you had to pick two, it can't be big. It can't be like life, like personality changing.
I know. You got mad at me today for it. I need to think about other people besides myself.
Do you want to give the example today? So everybody can know.
I dropped off this. Okay, let me phrase it. Out of the kindness of my heart, I drove Mimi up to San Alejo
in my car.
Dropped her off to do like a little project photo shoot for a house. Then I drove down to Starbucks, and you said that if it's too much of a hassle, you can leave Jake in the car, which is her dog, and I can just go work in Starbucks for 2 hours, and then I can go pick Mimi up from her work, and I can drive us back to her house. So I was like, cool. And I got there, and I was looking around. It was kind of a bad day. I didn't want to sit outside with Jake, so I was like, I'm just going to go inside. Cracked all the windows down for Jake. Got him all comfy in his bed.
Oh, you saint. You're such
gave
a
him
saint.
a little pat on the head. Said, Jake, I'm going to miss you. Walked in Starbucks, worked for 2 hours straight, came back, and drove.
Yeah, so then he comes and picks me up. And that's not even what I said. When he dropped me off, I said, Shelly, because my cleaning people were at my house, so Jake couldn't be home. I said, Shelly, I was like, if Jake gets too cold, because he has pneumonia, I said, if he gets too cold, you can put him in the car for a little bit, but make sure you take him out to go to the bathroom, because he needs to go to the bathroom. Mm-hmm. That's what I said. And then when he comes and picks me up, I get in the car, and Jake's like really warm. Like, I can tell when he's been just sleeping and like in a warm area. I'm like feeling him like, you didn't take him out, did you? And then you just like look at me, you're like, you didn't give me bags. I'm like, there's a bag right here with his leash and his harness. There's a bag. And you didn't even say sorry. You're just like, well, like that was it. I'm like, really? Like, you're going to leave my dog in the car for 2 hours.
He was warm.
I know that, but he had just eaten. He had just drank. It was like, you have to admit that was shitty.
I got super caught up in my work, and I just powered out emails and powered out.
The thing is like, I would never do that to someone else's animal. Like, if it was someone else's animal, I think I'd be even more.
It was just
careful.
It was just 2 hours, like in the.
No,
car.
I know, but like, I asked, you know what I mean? Like I asked you to do it, and I gave you everything you needed to do it.
I honestly,
and you literally gave me an excuse. You just thought of the first thing that came to your head. There was no bag. I'm like,
I will admit that was a
I knew excuse. You're like, there was no bag.
But I honestly did interpret it as if it's cold, leave them in the car. It's all good. That's how I had it in my head. I didn't even think I was doing anything wrong. But so that's my first New Year's resolution.
Be a nice person. We'll see how far he gets on that one.
And then other than that, I think, I'm not a big believer in New Year's resolutions.
Because you're perfect.
No. It's that
Matt Sheldon doesn't need resolutions.
I just think that a lot of people use New Year's. I think that you should always be working on yourself, and I think that
but if somebody's going to go out of their way to put more effort into changing themselves, it shouldn't be looked at as a bad thing. You know, like some people need that motivation. Mm-hmm. And they look at it like a fresh start. You know, like last year I didn't do so good. I didn't lose the weight I wanted to.
If that helps you and that's like a good mindset and it works for you, go for it.
Yeah.
For me, the start of a new year isn't like a clean slate.
That's because you view things as a circle.
Oh, yeah.
For most people, that's the end of the calendar, and then you go to the top. But he views it in his head like a circle, so there's no beginning or end to it.
Yeah, it works for me. Like, for me, I've never been like, oh, new year, like, everything resets.
See, I like it, though. I think it's a good opportunity to, like, look at your life and see what you could be doing differently. Mm. And a lot of people, like, they put off starting something, you know, like, I'll do it next time or next year or tomorrow, whatever. And I feel like when you see, like, January 1st of a new year, it's kind of like you don't really have an excuse anymore. Like, it's the beginning.
I think I have a bad taste in my mouth with it because I am so used to being a year-round person who goes to the gym, and I see year after year.
But it doesn't have to be just working out, though.
I'm not saying that, but I'm saying, like, I see year after year, it gets so crowded on January 1st, and then by January 21st... Oh, is that why
everyone's doing cardio right now at the gym?
Probably.
Didn't even think about that.
And then by January 21st or February 1st, it's empty again. And I just don't... I kind of, like, dread that month because... I think it's so good for anybody to get in the gym, even if it is for just 4 weeks out of the year. You know, it's better than nothing.
You just like when they drop off.
It's better than nothing, but, like, it just leaves a bad taste in my mouth. It's, like, one of my biggest pet peeves is when people don't stick to something. And, like, I don't know. That... I kind of view New Year's resolutions.
Okay, well, you don't have to view it in that, you know, about other people, but about yourself.
Yeah. Yeah, it's still, I mean, what about you? Let's change the subject of this combo.
About me? What do you mean about me?
What's your 2 New Year's resolutions?
I actually didn't make any. Oh, for you?
No, I said we're shifting to you. Yeah.
To be less perfect.
Yeah, that's a good one.
To be less nice.
Yeah, it's another good one.
Maybe whine less.
Oh, yeah, that's been a big thing. Mimi's been very whiny lately. Mm-mm. Why is that? Why did that shift?
Because you won't do anything unless I get whiny about it. I'm like, Shelly, can you please do this? And then you just don't even listen to me. I'm like, please! And then you actually look at me. Like, I have to get attention somehow. And then it just built over time.
It's not a good habit. We got to break that. That is
Then you need to answer me quicker. That's a New Year's resolution for you that I really want. Okay. And I'll do it too. I'll work on it too. I think every person in this day and age does it. If someone else is talking to you, you know what I'm going to say.
You know what I'm going to say back.
What?
I'm working.
No, I know you're working.
And every 5 minutes, it's hard to get into my working groove.
No, just listen.
Okay.
If someone's talking to you about something that's meaningful or that's serious or they want your feedback, they want your attention, it's not just like rambling, look at them. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like, if you're in the middle of a text, you can say, like, let me just send this text, whatever. But, like, I just think it's, like, I think that giving people attention has been, like, lost.
Yeah.
It's always, like, multitasking. Like, it's like your attention is being, like, split.
Yeah. No,
you know what I mean? Yeah. And I feel like, I know you can multitask, and I know that, like...
Nah, you can't multitask.
Well, you can't. You suck at multitasking. But I know I do it, too, because I'm always, like, in the middle of something or whatever. But... Like, if somebody wants your full attention, just give it to them for like a little bit.
But we also have to make a little rule
to not talk as much. I know
that it can't be 3 or 4 times in an hour. When I'm like in the middle of editing.
No, I know.
Because that's difficult for me to then not get the work done.
I need to stop. I need to talk less. Oh, it stopped recording.
All right, go fix it. Yeah, but it's like it's funny because like our things are so complimentary of each other. You know? Me not paying attention to somebody who craves the attention of talking.
Yeah. Well, it's just like I feel like it should just be like a given. You know what I mean?
What do you mean?
Like, just if somebody's talking to you, like, just listen to them. Mm. You know what I mean? And, like, they tell you, like, even my mom in her kindergarten class, like, she says, like, to listen to someone, it's not just with your ears. It's with your eyes. It's with your head. It's with your...
But then I really view, like, Become a Lead Everything as, like, my 9-to-5 job, As, like...
I'm not talking about in your working hours. I'm talking about outside of your working hours.
But then I think this is a problem too. My working hours go from the minute I finish with soccer and training to the minute I go to sleep.
Well, that's the thing. Like, so when am I supposed to talk to you?
Yeah. That's
like,
why.
When am I supposed to?
Ideally, in my ideal world, when everything's like done, I would have an office, like a Become Elite office, and I would have a set where I could go there. It's just my office. I could power out my work from like as soon as I'm done with. It would probably be when I'm done playing soccer. So I would do whatever I need to do, get there, work up until a set time. Like I'd be home at whatever each day.
That wasn't the whole point though, Become Elite, so that you wouldn't have that? They think it's kind of
No. Because it's not that I don't need... It's not that I hate the hours. It's just that I'm working on something up for myself.
Yeah. Well,
I could work for set hours all day long if I'm doing Become Elite stuff, if I'm doing stuff for me.
Well, see, that's the problem though, is you're never done.
Yeah.
Ever.
I know.
Like, even when you go to bed, you're still doing it. So, like...
And it's so hard.
And then I feel bad about talking to you, but I'm like, I'm eating lunch right now with him.
It's so hard. It's so hard because, like, that's, I think, is one of the main reasons why it's been so successful.
Well, yeah, but at the same time, like, at the cost of something else.
Yeah.
No, and I'm sure a lot of people are having that problem too, because so many people are starting to work for themselves.
Yeah.
And you start to learn, especially when your job is branding yourself. Mm-hmm. Like, you're always on.
It never stops.
Like, when are you done? Like, you're never done Snapchatting. You're never done Insta-storying, Twitter, Facebook,
There's always DMs.
emails. So it's tough. How are the people around you supposed to know when it's off?
100% I can see that, yeah. And we've had this before, like, remember in college where we're like, okay, what was the time? Was it 10 p.m.?
It was 11:30.
It was like 11. It was like, okay, at 11, you could no longer be on your phone. It has to go away.
That was just you at that point, because I didn't do anything.
Yeah, it was all, it was for me. So then that worked, but like...
But then am I only allowed to talk to you from 11 till you fall asleep at 11:02?
No, that's why I think like having an office. That's why I think this is so.
So you can get away from me?
No.
You want an office?
But I think this is. I was actually talking to my mom. Like the fact that we're doing so well now, and that we are constantly with each other, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, is such a good thing to show that like that our relationship is really good. Because like we always obviously have arguments, we always have whatever, like any other person, but
we really don't though.
Yeah, this is
the biggest. Compared to other relationships,
this is the most argumentative we will ever get.
And the thing is, we never argue. It's more like just
banter.
Talking. Yeah, like
it's banter. Yeah.
Like I've seen some couples where they'll like story, they'll do like questions on Insta story, and then someone's like, "Do you and your boyfriend fight?" And they're like, "Yeah, it's normal to hate each other, and throw some like insults out and all this stuff." I'm like,
I don't think I've ever...
We've never, actually... It's always just been look, let's just talk about this.
Yeah, we've never, we've never raised our voice at each other. Unless you count whining.
Unless it was, a joke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You always... That's what I'm like, Mimi, we need to go to the gym now. And you're like, stop yelling at me.
I say it as a joke.
Yeah.
I'm like, stop yelling at me, Shelly.
No, but I honestly was talking with my mom about this. Like, if we can... do so well now at the time where we literally have no time away from each other almost, besides even when I train, you're right there filming me,
Yeah.
So it's like and I think it's not really that big of a problem even, and it's
such a little thing. It's just something to talk about, I guess.
It's really, I think it is really goes to show how good our relationship really is, to be honest.
Yeah, and the thing is too, I know it would work any other way too, because we've done other ways. Like, you've been in Germany for 9 months.
And
I've only talked to you like 2 hours a day over text. Like, we can be, like, it's not that, like, I'm obsessed and I can't stop talking to you and, like, I need to be around you 24/7.
You're not obsessed with me?
Yeah. Yeah. But, like, I'm just a talking person. Yeah. Like, and I can, like, work and edit and stuff like that while I talk. And I think...
Do you think you can edit just as well?
Yeah. Because I'm learning from you. Like, I like discussing, like, if we're both editing a video, even if, like, today we were editing a video for the last, like, 3 hours, whatever, and we were across the whole house from each other, but it's just nice to just put in, like, one word every 30 minutes, you know what I mean? But, like, I don't mean it ever to distract from, like, what you're doing. Yeah. But it's hard. But again, it's like if you do it from the second you wake up at 5 o'clock.
Yeah, I agree.
You're working from 5 o'clock until you go to bed at 10 o'clock. Till you go to bed until you close your eyes.
Yeah, it's tough. Yeah, I know.
And whenever I do say something or like want to talk or like say, you know, whatever, do anything, it's like, you're like, I'm working. Like, this is my job. I'm like, I know it's your job, but when is it not your job? Like,
yeah, I know. And that's what I know is like a big fault of mine is like, I'm so obsessive.
Yeah.
Like, to the point where I'm so thankful that my parents pushed me into good outlets, because if the minute I would have done one drug, you know, I would have been addicted from then on and done. I 100%, I know that about myself. The minute I would have done anything harming, self-destructive, my life would have just, and I know that about myself. But like, I think like that obsessive personality trait has like helped me in so many ways, but also from that point of view, like I could 100% go from 5 a.m. and I have from 5 a.m. till midnight. You do every night, every single day. Yeah.
You do.
Yeah.
And it's not like a bad thing. Like,
but I think it's also kind of making it like I do take breaks. Like,
no, yeah, but that's what I was gonna say.
We grab coffee. We walk the dog. Like, we do like a lot of.
You don't walk the dog. That's the problem.
Oh, not today.
Yeah, but
I feel like the breaks have gone.
Okay, so this is the thing. So I think you need to stop looking at it as 9 to 5, because that's what you always say to me. Like, Mimi, this is 9 to 5. Like, I need to work from 9 to 5. I need to be working and, you know, whatever. Mm-hmm. But instead of 9 to 5 straight with a 30-minute lunch, you do 5 in the morning until 11 o'clock at night. So your life is dispersed between that time. Yeah. Like, your morning time to yourself and your evening time to your family is supposed to be dispersed between that. So, you know what I mean? Because normally it's like you have a chunk of work in the middle of the day. Yeah. But if your whole day is work, then you need that little dispersion of life and of people and conversation. Mm-hmm. You know? Mm-hmm. So I just think that, you know, instead of thinking like, oh no, I need to work for 10 hours straight. Yeah. Because it's your entire life. Mm-hmm. Like, you can afford to give 20 minutes every once in a while.
And it's so hard, though, because, like, you know what it's like. Like, there's always something that can be done.
Oh, yeah.
And it's so frustrating to me. But the good thing is, and this, what makes it even harder to take the breaks, is I absolutely love it. Like, I love it.
No, I know. Like, you wouldn't be doing it from 5 o'clock until you go to bed if you didn't. Yeah. Like, it's a given.
Remember, even this morning, you're like, why do you wake up so early? You got mad at me.
Yeah. Because I was going to work today at 8:45. Mm-hmm. I was helping my friend stage this house. And then he's over here in the corner typing away with the light on at like 6 o'clock. And okay, this is the thing. I don't mind waking up early. If I go to bed really early. Mm. And I can somehow...
like 9, 10.
I know, but I need some boost of energy. And the thing is I can't have caffeine. So he can wake up at 5, have a coffee at like 2, and be good to go. But I crash like at 2, 3. I get that lull. And I can't do anything. What am I supposed to... I can't take coffee. I can't do Red Bull. I can't do Coke.
That shocked me right there.
I could see your eyes were dozing because you were like getting bored. That's why I needed to switch it up.
You need to spark up the combo for me. That's really funny. So that was a long New Year's resolution.
It is, but I think it's an important topic to talk about. And another thing too that I just wanted to bring up because I find it difficult is, like, people have asked me before. They've said, you know, is it hard dating somebody who is like an internet person? You know what I mean? Like they're constantly
internet. You sound like my grandma.
Well, they're
you do so well on the internet. I love your website.
You know what I mean? Like a social media person.
Yeah,
that's what I meant.
yeah.
Like you have a social media presence 24 hours a day. Like people have asked, like, is that hard to deal with? Like, how, you know, do you ever ask them to stop? Do you ever ask, you know, do you not get enough attention? Like, and my answer is always, how am I supposed to tell someone to stop working?
Yeah.
When they're working. Like, you're working to make money. And most of the time that benefits both of us. And you love it and you're growing. So how can I tell you to stop?
Yeah.
Like, but at the same time, like, should I at some point?
At the same time, like, it is.
Like, I'm so confused.
It is, like, I know that I could have a low life where I drift into the workaholic state and I sacrifice other parts of my life.
Yeah, I call it his zone. He gets in his zone.
In his zone. Easy, yeah.
Yeah, but, like, do you see, like, that dilemma, though? Like...
No, 100%, yeah. I know.
Because I'm, like, asking you, like, what do I do? if I notice you going down that path, like...
Well, like, today, for example, I was in the zone from probably the minute I dropped you off at Jackie's place till 6:30 at night. Actually, 6 a.m. I worked.
And then now we're doing a podcast.
Well, this isn't work. This is fun.
Yeah.
This is fun, right? Well, this is good. But no, even at 6:30, today, I would have normally kept on working.
I saw that. It was weird.
And
You're
I said, I'm done.
I've never heard you say that.
Yeah.
I was like, because I was exporting a video too. And then he just literally closes his laptop and he's like, I'm done. And I was like, what?
You thought I was like throwing away Become Elite, like completely.
Yeah, I like didn't want to make a big deal out of it. I was like, anybody else hear that? Like, what?
Yeah, but we'll now film.
But you don't want to play Scrabble, so it's kind of pointless.
Oh, well, this is the thing for me. People unwind. People unwind differently. You know?
You don't unwind with Scrabble.
No, I do not. That is work.
That's my favorite game.
Yeah, well, you're gonna have to find someone else.
You never play Scrabble with me.
Because here, this is a good talk too. How to unwind. My mind to unwind from my work, from training, from soccer, from...
Yeah, what is it? I don't even know.
It's honest. I think going to see movies in movie theaters is huge for me.
Then why don't we do that?
We watched Green Book. We watched, what else did we see? I went on Christmas Eve and watched Sherlock Holmes with Will Ferrell, which was the worst movie I've ever seen in my life.
Green Book was really good.
Really amazing. No, but there's no movies out right now that I'd want to see, really.
But like, are you supposed to see a movie every night?
No. Well, maybe not even going to movie theaters, but like...
I've looked deeper into what you just said.
Yeah.
The way you unwind is by being like removed almost from your situation. Because movie theaters an escape. Because movie theaters
I can't be on my phone.
You literally you don't even let me like check my text messages.
That's my biggest pet
peeve.
Like
it's literally
if you listen to this podcast and you check your phone in movie theaters,
who are you?
You're making I get so mad.
It's really bad.
I get so mad at that.
Yeah.
I can respect it if you like really go in your shirt and like you do super dull and you need to check it or something. But the people that throw up their phone like this with full brightness,
oh my god,
I hate that.
Yeah.
No.
I think for you the ways that you unwind, which is not very frequent, but the only time I ever see you like not being Become Elite, like when you're just Matt Sheldon, is going to movies and going to like a nice dinner.
Yeah. I think that.
Because even if we're watching like Netflix, I'm still
answering DMs at that point. Because then I can watch Netflix and just kind of not mindlessly, but I can respond in DMs.
Yeah, but the hard part about that too is that like I never want to be hypocritical because I know that like sometimes like I want to finish an Instagram post before we go to the gym or like I don't do it as much as you because I don't work as much as you, but I do it too. So I never want to be hypocritical and be like, don't do your Insta story right now, because like I know that there's probably a really inconvenient time when I would want to do an Insta story. No, and I think that for me, for a way of escape for me was so much of it was soccer and exercising, and then turning that that into now a business has you'd lost your escape.
But at the same time, like when you're filming for me and I don't have to set up the camera, I 100% escape. Like when I go up to Irvine and I'm playing, or when I don't film my sessions, because I don't film probably like one session a week because I just have so much content already. But like when I went up to train with the MLS guys and the USL guys, no camera out there, and 3 hours you're out at the field playing rondos, playing five-a-side, doing all this stuff. That 100% is a way for me to unwind. Going to the gym when I don't have to set my GoPro and do stuff, 100% a way to unwind. Even when I'm driving.
But when was the last time you did that with the gym?
3 sessions ago.
And you didn't post a story or a...
Oh, story.
See, but you're still... It's not like a total escape.
Yeah, but there's definitely been... I'd probably say one either soccer or gym session a week that I completely just get out of mind.
I think what might be a good thing for you, just like mentally, would be every day to at some point, like I'm not going to tell you what time, but just say, I'm done. Like just say that. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Because I feel like you never do that. And then it never... There's no like stopping point.
Yeah, and it like I said, that's honestly, and it's sad because but that is what makes me happy. Because when I do unwind, I unwind for an hour. But you've seen me when I've unwinded or like when I was in Tulsa training, and I had those 5 weeks I took off, or 4 weeks I took off YouTube.
You went crazy.
I don't want to say depressed because I was not depressed. But I went to a low period because I didn't have something to actively
you went
work
5 weeks without working.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just saying 1 hour before bed.
Yeah.
Like, 1 hour.
Yeah.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
Which, like, it doesn't have to be, like,
but
hard,
then,
like a hard line.
Even, like last night, obviously, like, I don't want to work that late. But then it's like, I had to get this ESPN Plus promo done. Yeah. So I had to finish up that video. And then, I have to get it all up and set it over to him. And I physically couldn't finish that until about 11 at night. Mm-hmm. And as soon as the enlisted link, I got the enlisted link, sent it over to the guy at ESPN Plus, I went straight to bed. But there are days like that where it's like I physically can't like take that time off because that promo needs to be done.
It's just so tricky. I mean, even when you just take a meal where you're not on your phone, like today when you just ate that sandwich. Yeah. And you just watched The Office for like 20 minutes and didn't go on your phone, like that's a good escape. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't have to be at night. You don't have to stop at a certain point, but just to give yourself like just a little. Yeah.
And like my sister even said that like when I was at home, she like didn't get mad at me, but there was just like, she's like, you're always on your phone. Like you need to like, you're going to like regret it. But I'm like, yeah, well at the same time, like this is why I don't think I will regret it as much, because like when I meet somebody that I have DM'd, even I trained with Hainsley at the field and, in Ottawa, and he was like, yeah, bro, look, I DM'd you about a question about academies and going through this route, and you DM'd me back, and that really meant a lot to me. And that's what like hits me. I'm like, I crave that like when someone like admires you for that, yeah, and you help them out.
Well, see that, I mean,
and it's so it kills me. Yeah.
It's complicated because like the thing is like you want to help people and you want to help as many people as possible, but you also want to maintain relationships around you. Yeah, I'm sure you want a family,
and I want you to be happy.
Yeah, and you want your sister to be happy. Yeah. When you're around her for the only week out of the entire year. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's like, I don't think anybody's telling you to work less. I think they're just saying maybe choose win differently.
But I think I'm like really good when it comes to dinners. I'm really good when it comes to the like Christmas. I don't think I touched my phone once. I didn't post one Instagram
you're really
story.
Good at
Christmas Eve, same thing. Yeah. And I think that there's people that maybe don't go on their phone, because I think when I'm not on my phone, I'm engaging with like my family or whatever. Like Hawaii. Look, I was great in Hawaii, I'm
because there, you said I'm gonna take a week off.
Yeah, but like I think that's important, like to set that away. But again, like you said, it's such a tricky thing.
And the thing is, like, I'm sure this problem to this extent never existed before because no one was branding themselves by themselves. Yeah. Doing everything, like even in the past in the 1900s when people were celebrities, they had agents. You know what I mean? Like you are your agent, you're the manager, you're the social media networker.
Because I literally think in my head, every single Instagram story I post reaches that like 10,000, 15,000 people. And so I'm like, I can reach 15,000 people right now.
And who am I? Like, I don't want to be the one to tell you not to do that.
Every Instagram post I do, I gain around probably like 50 followers. So then I think...
But with everything in life, there's a trade-off.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
With everything. Yeah. You cannot achieve that amount of success without sacrificing something
It's the same exact thing with soccer. Like, I can say it. I'll say this. I'm going to miss one of my best friend's wedding. But I'm sacrificing that because it's what I will need to do, you know?
Yeah.
And I'm doing, and like, it's just the same exact way. Like what you said, you can't achieve a certain level of success without sacrificing things. Like, I can't remember the last time, like, I've really, like, I mean, what is this? Today's Friday night, right? It's Friday. It's Friday. Yeah, it's Friday.
I thought we were recording this early. I'm like, why are we doing a podcast?
No, that sounds like we needed the podcast because it's Friday.
Oh, that was like New Year's Eve. I just uploaded a vlog of New Year's Eve, and we were like photographing my pillows on the floor. And in the vlog, you're like, so you want to go out tonight? I'm like, why? Like, where? And I didn't even realize it was New Year's Eve. Yeah. I'm like, we are so late.
I think we fell asleep at like about 9:30 on New Year's Eve. And then I actually trained with Ramon because I was training with Ramon.
Yeah, and I was filming it the first.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And so, like, I think that is true. You can't achieve a certain level of success without making a big sacrifice, like in soccer.
I just think in order to be successful in all aspects, you just have to choose your sacrifices wisely.
Yeah. Because I'm willing to sacrifice New Year's Eve party. I literally cannot care.
Honestly, I think I even told you, I was like, if you make me go out tonight, like,
I could not care less about going out for New Year's Eve. I literally, like, there's stuff that I'm fine with sacrificing, but like for me, like Ramon's wedding is a tough one to swallow because I haven't even met his wife or soon to be wife. I know, we
tried to meet her in Ottawa. She's from Ottawa.
And like that's something that like I never get to see Ramon. I haven't seen Chris, who's going to be the best man at the wedding. I haven't seen him
since college.
No, I thought I've seen him once before that. I think I've seen him once.
When?
I think when I played at Sacramento Republic. Was he there? I don't remember. It might have been since college. I can't remember. But it's obviously hasn't been a lot. And that's what, 5 years ago now? So it's like 4 years ago. So that's like, it's tough because again, it's the same exact thing when I went on the trial with the East Coast USL team back in December. I missed the weekend with all my
the reunion
of all the guys.
If anybody has a book out there, that's on my ring finger. If anybody has, anybody like screenshot it. If there's like a book, honestly, if there's a book out there about like, not like couples counseling, but like how to deal with, there has to be an industry now of like how to deal with 21st century problems, millennial problems. Yeah. I will be interested in reading it.
I think
we don't even have it hard. It's just like,
no. Well, the thing is, we literally are around each other 24/7. And like, look, even with this as a podcast, we've sat down now for almost an hour and we've just talked. How many couples do you think do that once a week? Talk for an hour straight
and get paid for it.
Wow, nice talk, yeah.
I'm just kidding.
Damn. Okay, high roller.
Really nothing. It's really nothing.
Jeez.
I haven't even seen any of it. It all goes to your bank account.
You're flexing on all these people.
You're secretly taking it all.
We haven't been paid yet from YouTube.
Oh, really?
No.
Come on.
You have to get it past the threshold of like $100. We haven't passed $100 for the podcast yet.
Take your shirt off. No, honestly, we have a great life. We are happy all the time. It's probably like 3 seconds a day that's like,
mainly on your end.
On my end. I'm like, give me attention. Come on. Honestly, though, like if that's our biggest problem, I think we're doing great. We are around each other every second. We never fight.
Mm-hmm. Sometimes we
work together, basically. I film all your stuff. You help me film stuff. We edit in the same room. Sometimes you abuse me. Domestically. Can't say that on here. Say that? You said abuse. I said say that. You can't say that. All right, let's end the podcast here. Yes. So I like this sometimes where we just like literally where I was like, yeah, let's talk about New Year's resolutions, and then we go completely off a tangent like this. Are you being sarcastic? No. Oh, you do like that? Yeah, I do like that. I thought you were getting mad. No, I do like Stop yelling at me. And that's the only time you'll see me raise my voice right there. Yeah. I'm going to have to turn the gain down on that. Yeah. Nice use of podcast terms. All right, let's end this. All right, this was the Against All Odds podcast, guys. Episode 11. Thank you so much for tuning in. We'll catch you on the next one. Hopefully, it won't just be a couples counseling session. I don't think it's couple counseling. It's talking about 21st century problems. 21st century problems. That I'm sure every person here has dealt with. I mean, nobody on here can say that their mom has never told them to put the phone down.
Raise of hands, guys. Can we see it right now? Do you guys experience the same things? Just raise your hand. There are a lot. Wow, that's more than I expected.
Yep.
We're so lame. All right, see you guys later.